Once upon a time, in a rural village in East Africa, there was a woman expecting a child. To prepare for the child's arrival, she built a room made out of mud with beautiful earth windows and a fireplace out of earth in the shape of a cat. On New Year's Eve, she knew it was time for her baby to come. So she made a fire and she labored all night long while looking at the stars. On New Year's morning, just as the sun was rising, Starlit Sky was born, and her mom was so happy and held her skin to skin in her arms. Starlet and her mom bonded, and Starry grew to be a mama's girl. And she loved her mama so much, and her mama loved her. In fact, she went on many adventures with her mom. And at a very young age, she learned to ride ponies and horses, and her mom took her on an adventure. She went across the world in an airplane all the way to England and then over to Texas to meet her grandparents. Then she went from Texas to California and New York and Connecticut and Vermont and Pennsylvania and all kinds of states in the United States. Then she traveled back to Kenya again. While in Kenya, she had a good time with all of her sisters. Then she got to go on another adventure in an airplane to Rome and see ancient buildings and the Colosseum. From there, she went to England again to meet her adopted grandparents, back to Texas again, where she stayed for a little while to get to know her grandparents. Then another adventure all the way back to her home in Kenya, where she lives and is there right now. Then one day, while in Kenya, her mom was invited by a friend to tell her very important story to people in Norway. Well, Starry had been on many adventures and Starry had grown by this time, so her mom went on an adventure by herself. While in the airplane flying to Norway, her mom was so sad, worried, when will I get to see my Starlet again? But she knew that the trip was scheduled for 3 weeks, and it was going to be fine, because Starlet was very big and very brave. Plus, she had her sisters, who make her laugh and have fun. So, her mom told her story in Norway. Meanwhile, a nasty virus was spreading across the world, and so people started getting sick. It was called the coronavirus, and it was a pandemic. So many people began getting ill that the only way to stop the virus was to make sure that people didn't cross-contaminate by touching each other or getting near one another. So countries began to shut their borders and not allow airplanes to fly with people who were coming from countries that had the disease. So while Starry's mommy was in Norway, there was news that there was no ability for her mom to fly back home. All of a sudden, her mom was trapped in Norway, unable to get back to her daughter in Kenya. Her heart broke and ached so much, and she cried many, many tears. Meanwhile, Starlet doesn't understand. She's 4, and she's playing with her sisters. She does not know why her mommy has not returned. But her mommy is so sad because her mommy cannot find an airplane to take her to her daughter. Her mommy cannot find a way to get home because they aren't allowing anyone to travel. So she has to wait. All she can do is tell stories to her daughter, write stories, sing songs, and talk to her through the phone. Because it's the only way right now is to be there through the videos like this one. So here's Starry's mommy sending her a message of love and saying, Starlet, I love you very much. And I know you don't understand why I can't come home, but I'm not allowed to because I have to make sure that people stay safe and that I keep people healthy by staying put where I am right now. It's because I love you, I cannot be there. So I cry every day because I miss you and I want to hold you and kiss you and hug you. And I'm making a very special song for you. I hope to share it with you soon. It'll be there soon, soon, soon. Marit's helping me too. I love you very much. Very, very much. And the good news is, this story has a happy ending, because one day someone will say, it's time. Airplanes are allowed to fly and you can go home. And that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for them to tell me it's safe to come home. And then I can hug you and hold you and kiss you and love you and love you, love you, love you, love you. Until then, I need you to give my love to all your sisters through hugs and hugs and hugs, because I really miss them too. Super much, super duper much.